Alrighty, let's do a Throwback Thursday. This week's topic is going to be the war against cops. Now, some people seem to think that this war on the street against cops is something new here in the last 8 years of the Obama administration. It's not. It's been going on since at least the 1960s that I know of. First time I had personal experience with it was when I was still a young boy doing a paper route. On my paper route I had a young CHP officer, his wife and their newborn baby, Officer Nelson. He pulled over a carload of African Americans northbound on 5 in Oceanside for speeding, and walked up to the car and was abruptly attacked by 4 Black Panthers with meat cleavers and almost hacked to death and left there to die along the side of the highway. Now, he survived his attack, but I'll never forget as a young impressionable boy seeing him recovering at home all hacked up and scarred, and how sad it was. And that made me want to become a cop even more, to be able to put a stop to that kind of crap. So that was my first knowledge of the Black Panthers and their war against the government, their war against cops, their war against white people. Now, that's not being racist. You go back and look and see what the founding fathers of the Black Panthers movement was all about, and that's what it was about, was overthrowing the government, killing white people, and killing cops. Now, when I became a cop, the Black Panthers were still around, of course. So were the Crips, the Bloods, the Pyrus, to name a few of the black gangs. But along with that, you also had all your Mexican neighborhood gangs who like to go by and do drive-by shootings at cops as a gang initiation. Now, they're not the only ones. You also had your white supremacists. They didn't like the government or cops. And you had your outlaw motorcycle clubs that didn't like cops. We didn't really have too much trouble with them shooting at us. Most of the time, they just shot at each other. So, they were not that bad, with the whole scheme of things. Now, the reason it seems worse today is that you have more groups that are anti-government, anti-cops. You know, everybody's calling themselves patriots or anarchists or this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, you do have groups from every race, and you see more of it because of the social media. But it's been going on for a long time. We knew about it back then, and we watched out for it. Anytime we were on a traffic stop, we would try to stand on the passenger side of the car facing the road to watch out for drive-by shooting. And anytime you pulled over a carload of people that looked like they were gangbangers, you would wait for backup if you could. And if you didn't have backup, you'd either do a hot stop on them, which is taking them out at gunpoint if you had reason to believe they were armed, or you were just super very cautious when you walked up on the car. Now, I know officers who were shot at, personally know officers that were shot at in drive-bys. I know officers that were killed by gang members on traffic stops. So, that goes way back. It's not just today. You just hear more about it because of the social media, and I do think there are more groups than there were back then. Now, there is nothing racist about anything I said here in this video. It is just facts. Some of those gangs belong to certain racial groups. And like I said, every racial group has its outlaw gangs. The main factor that combines them all together is that they are involved in criminal activity, that they don't like the government, and they don't like cops. Most of you out there that are just plain law-abiding citizens, your only contact with law enforcement, either, is when you get a traffic ticket, or you call them to come take a crime report. Occasionally you might get arrested for drunk driving or, you know, some silly-ass little thing. But you know, you're not the hardcore criminals that belong to gangs that want to overthrow the government and kill all the cops. Many of you, it's very hard for you to understand those types of people, but they are out there. That's what they live for. Dealing their drugs and raping and murdering and robbing and stuff. So, anyways, that's my little rant for this week about all these anti-government, anti-law enforcement groups out there on the internet spewing their hate. I am encouraged with our new president, and hopefully he will get things back under control by hiring more law enforcement, getting tougher on crime. But the one thing we're going to need is we're going to need to build a hell of a lot more prisons to lock these people up in, so the rest of us are safe. And yeah, there's going to be all you whiny crybaby liberals out there wanting to give them a second chance, blah, blah, blah. Well, when you get to be a victim of their crime, or one of your family members are, then you'll change your tune. And all those relatives, all those gangbangers that are locked up, hey, they made their choices in life. It's their problem. Their fault. We need to keep the rest of us safe so that we don't have to resort back to the 1800s and everybody has to carry a gun for protection. Which, I don't know, that might not be a bad idea either. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'm almost to work. So y'all have a good weekend. Hit the like button, make a comment, subscribe, and come on back. Bye-bye.